So on the board we have heaven and we have earth and Eden, and we have heaven with a time capsule. We call it time capsule 1, we're going to call earth and Eden time capsule 2, and then we're going to have two different formations of earth. I'm going to explain why I have it like that. We have the classical sphere, which it is right now. You heard me say it is a sphere. That is heliocentricity, I think they call it, the study of earth or planetary systems as a globe. All right, globe. So let me just put the globe. And then we have the flat earth concept, flat earth with a canopy. They say there's a canopy over where the atmosphere is or supposed to be. So in a sense, what I believe happened is, all right, and this is my theory based on what I believe the Lord showed me. Many people have different theories, so remember I said it is my personal revelation or theory. All right, so I believe the earth is a sphere. Remember in the book of Jude, it says that the stars, the wandering stars of Jude, that are going to be judged. So going back to ancient Hebrew mysticism, they believe that the planets that we see or call the planets, or what we learn in school as the planetary systems, as spheres, in ancient biblical concepts, they saw their planets as stars. So in actual fact, our earth will be a star in ancient Hebrew minds or concepts, okay? Now the mystics would believe, or the ancient Hebrew mystics will actually tell you that the stars are sentient beings. What I mean by sentient beings, I mean they are actually beings, they are living beings that can terraform or shapeshift. So when I read that, it dawned upon me, and then I said to myself, you know what I think actually happened is before the fall, in Earth's perfect state, before the fall, where there was a Garden of Eden, I believe the earth and heaven were intertwined. That is why I believe that heaven is actually in a physical location somewhere. I'm not saying it's a planet, but it's a physical place that is governed by the order of a time-space continuum. Not our time-space, but another one, another time capsule. Remember I said in a previous video, eternity is a compression of time. We are stuck in a time capsule that is subject to a light spectrum. At what they measure it at the moment to present day is 300,000 kilometers per second. They say it is actually slowing down because they've discovered, based on Einstein's work, that time is actually a physical property. Earth is a star. In ancient mysticism, or Hebrew mystics would say that it is a sentient being, meaning that it can shapeshift. Now I want you to focus on that because that's important for what I'm explaining. So I believe the earth, being a sentient being, actually has the ability to shapeshift. Now whether it can do it on its own, I don't believe. It's probably governed by the order of heaven's government or order, but earth can shapeshift. So if earth is a sentient being, and a sentient being can change its form, terraform, some would say, could it possibly be that before the fall of Adam, earth was actually in a sense flat with a canopy over it, and heaven and earth were intertwined? They were one unit. All right, one unit. So this was one. And when Adam fell, immediately Adam and earth, which I believe was created outside of time-space, at the fall, Adam and the earth was suspended or cast into the record of time, or the time capsule 2 in this sense. So before Adam fell, the earth and heaven were one unit. They were intertwined in time capsule number 1. All right, catch that, in time capsule number 1. Before the fall, before sin came into the earth, Adam and the earth were in time capsule 1. At the fall, Adam and the earth were cast into the second record of time, into time capsule 2. And because of the effects of sin and the fall, the the globe, which is a wandering star in the book of Jude, a sentient being which would then have the ability to terraform. The planet that was flat then had to terraform and shapeshift into a spherical object. All right? Why? That is deeper mysteries that we'll need to delve into. Why did it have to do that? In a sense, I believe that it was like a contingency plan, all right, for Earth to be able to contain the effects of sin, etc. And because heaven, remember, detached from Earth, I believe that's why when we the clouds, I believe where we see the clouds, that is sort of the kiss between where heaven and earth met, which I believe is called a place called Zion, where, okay, that's a whole other video, but I believe we have heaven, we have earth, and where they engage together, the kiss between them is Zion. That is where heaven and earth would meet. That is where there would be a general gathering or assembly with the beings in heaven and the beings on earth. There would be a general assembly, as we see in Hebrews chapter 12, come unto Mount Zion for the general assembly. All right, the assembling of the body of Christ together, which it originally was before the fall. So remember, that is a gathering place, a place for assembling heavenly beings, earth beings. Remember when they were one unit, and that is Zion, the kiss between heaven and earth. Much where I believe where we see the clouds. That is why we always see, in a sense, when we think of spiritual things or angels or heaven, it always involves clouds. All right, even Jesus was taken up on a cloud, and the two beings that were angels that were there said he will come back in like manner. So where the clouds are is where heaven and earth met, where they were one. That is where the general assembly took place, and it's going to be reinstated like that, okay, at the return of Jesus. So earth was originally flat. Adam and the earth were in time capsule 1, where I believe heaven is now governed by, and then at the fall, heaven disengaged from earth. That is why now we have a sphere with clouds, because the earth is a sentient being. God had to bring about a contingency plan and to enable the earth to contain sin for a certain amount of time. I know it sounds crazy. You can ridicule me, laugh me, or you can cheer me on. Either way, it's up to you. This is what I believe happened. Like it or not, comment, dislike it, like it.